So welcome to my wash and go video using Curl Prep Sweet Buttah. I started this process with the overnight pre-poo. I've been wearing my hair in a bun for the last few days, actually maybe the last 2 weeks, and I decided to pre-poo with Vatico oil. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but it's a enriched coconut oil that a lot of people use. It has coconut oil, henna, amla, and lemon, as well as a few other items in it, things I can't even pronounce, but it's a hair oil lots of people use, so I decided to try it. And I actually had done this the night before. This was filmed the next morning, but just to show you what I did go ahead and take a twist down, add some oil, and then retwisted it back up. That's why you'll notice some of the twists around my head are shorter because they've been slept on overnight, while this one, after I finish twisting it up, will appear to be much longer. So make sure I get the roots and then go ahead and twist it up. And then of course you want to add a plastic cap because you don't want to get oil all over your pillows. And then whatever you're going to put on top of your plastic cap, your bonnet, or whatever you sleep in to tie your hair up at night. And then the next morning, of course, you're going to take all that off and start taking down the twist. In this case, I was going through each section to finger detangle, pulling out any shed hairs, trying to make sure that I don't have any knots or kinks or anything still in my hair, because as I said, I've been wearing a bun for like the last 2 weeks, sometimes stretched, sometimes not, and there were some tangles that I needed to make sure that I got out. And make sure when you're pulling out the shed hairs as you go through section by section that you do discard the hairs. You'll see me looking down a little bit. I'm pulling the hairs off my hands because you don't want to take those shed hairs on your hands and rake them back through your already detangled hair, because all that's going to do is cause knots later. So my hair is fully detangled, ready to wash. And I did not film the washing. I also did not film the conditioning process because it's not that kind of video, and I didn't feel like going to hunt down a bathing suit to put on to finish filming it. So my hair's all washed and conditioned, and I separated it into workable sections. And now I'm going to be applying leave-in conditioner. I made it myself. This is aloe vera juice, coconut oil, castor oil, and safflower oil, along with, I believe this was Tresemme Naturals conditioner I used. I purposely make it runny because I don't want it to be white on my hair. When I make it thick sometimes, I notice that it leaves a white film on my hair. It always dries clear, but in this case I knew I was going to use the Curl Prep, so I went ahead and made it extra runny this time so it wouldn't leave a white residue on my hair. So as you'll see, I'm going through, raking through the leave-in conditioner, making sure I don't have any tangles. For some reason I was still finding a few tangles even though I had already detangled with the Vatico oil in my hair. So I'm just going ahead and pulling out all those shed hairs. I'm going to speed this up a little bit because I think everybody kind of knows how to rake product through your hair. So I'm just going in section by section and putting in, this is still leave-in conditioner, just making sure I get every section and coat my hair with the leave-in conditioner. Some people don't use leave-in conditioner. I find that it helps my hair retain moisture when I do use the leave-in under any styling product that I'm going to use. So I do make sure that I use the leave-in 100% of the time now. So that process didn't take too long. It looks like it might have taken a long time, but it really wasn't a long process. So I went ahead and finished my whole head. And I think I stopped filming it around here because it kind of got boring, so I didn't think anybody wanted to see me just putting in my leave-in conditioning products. So now I'm applying the Sweet Buttah product that I bought. It was $15 at a hair show that I went to. I actually had gotten a sample back in 2011, but I did go ahead and purchase a bottle after seeing a demonstration at the Kinky Coily Me Let Your Hair Down hair show that was here in Brooklyn on April 20th. So the demonstration, when the woman was doing the demo, Tamika was her name, she said to make sure the hair was squishy wet. So I'm checking to make sure my hair is squishy wet when I go ahead and apply this product. So a little does go a long way. You'll see I just have like a fingerful starting at the ends, and you'll see the product is on my hands as I'm raking it through, and I'm wiping it back onto my hair to make sure that all the product that I have on my finger is actually getting onto my hair. And I do eventually pull up that little piece in the back that I, for some reason, didn't grab when I first started applying the product. So as you'll see, the product is kind of landing on my hands as I'm pulling it through, and I'm just plopping it right back onto my hair. So during the demo, she suggested that we don't use a comb because the product would collect on the comb instead of on your hair, which is of course where you want it. So she said it's best to just use your hands to rake product through your hair. I agree with that. I have noticed that before. I'm sure you have too, when you're putting product through your hair with a brush or a comb, that the product ends up in the brush or the comb instead of on your hair, which is where you want it. So again, just showing you this again, making sure that my hair is wet and squishy wet, making sure the tangles are out, and then applying a fingerful of product, starting at the ends, and then raking it through, trying to make sure it gets on the roots. So just go in workable sections. I think I had my hair in 6 sections. By the time I finally worked through it, it probably ended up in maybe like 8 sections, because I did split up some of the sections. As you can see, that was one section there, and I ended up making it into 2. I think I did it on the other side as well. So I probably need to just start doing 8 sections. Again, starting at the ends. She said to start at the ends because that's the most porous part of your hair, and I do believe that is true. It is the oldest part of your hair. So start at the ends to make sure the product is on the most porous part, and then work your way up. So all done applying the product, and then I had to sit under the dryer because I was on the way to brunch. So I have a Pibbs dryer, so I have to wear a hairnet when I sit under my dryer. And about 15 minutes was fine for me because my dryer does not take all that long. So there is the finished product. Very shiny, very bouncy, as you can see. And I was really pretty happy with it. It's going to get bigger over the course of the next few days. I plan to try to see if I can keep it this way for about a week. It actually reminds me of this weave that I've seen, Milky Way corkscrew, although obviously it's my hair. So thanks for watching, and of course be sure to check out the links in the description box below.